It's so crazy that we'll sit there and suffer and punish ourselves with a reed that could play so much better if we just took a minute to do a couple quick adjustments. So we've got Mauro from Reed Geek. This is something you do at the trade shows all the time, where players come up, play something. Okay, then give me your reed. Let me make it better.
Yeah.
So let's try to recreate that. You're going to do the adjustments for me. So I'm just going to take a random reed.
Maybe try it first without anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that. I'll play it first. There's a BetterSax jazz cut, 2.5. I'm just wetting it for 2 seconds in my mouth. I'm going to put it on burning 7 tip opening mouthpiece. Okay, suction test. BetterSax session alto. Okay, so that reed is pretty good, but I know from using the Geeklet over the years that it could be even better. Now, just going by what you heard, what would you do?
Definitely I'm feeling the back of the reed. Now, all reeds out of the box move around just from after manufacturing. So just hitting them initially with the Geeklet, you're flattening the table and sealing these pores. So you get a really good adhesion to the mouthpiece table and response right away. Okay. So we're just taking the Geeklet and we're just very lightly letting the tool do the work. And you can see what's coming off. This is just some of the pulp and the pores that have raised up just from you playing. And at the same time, as we're flattening it, just balancing the tool, the hand going all the way off the back. People ask that, should I go all the way off? So you're going all the way off the back and then all the way off the front. And once it takes off that layer that is pulled up, you can see the Geeklet is just kind of sliding down. We're not pulling. So that's telling you, okay, it's flat. This is ready to go.
What should I expect to be different now?
I think you should see the response and the attack to be much cleaner and much more immediate. And out front, the sound should be more focused and louder.
Okay, it's already it's already like a huge improvement there. And yeah, now it's like, oh, this is great. Like anybody can do that in 30 seconds.
If not less.
If not less. I would say that's a good 15 to 20% increase in just immediate playability right off the bat. And it was already a good read.
Yeah, your attack was immediate.
There's the attack, but then there's also the projection and everything. So now, but I also know as a seasoned Geeklet user that there's further improvements we could even make to this.
Yes. We have the tip of the tool that we call the pencil eraser. So we just take the pencil eraser, the Geeklet, and you can just erase around here. What we're kind of doing is we're kind of defining that wing and getting that flexibility happening. So I can just like a pencil eraser on a piece of paper, I'm just erasing away and defining our heart a little bit more. And we call it the Christmas tree shape. So we're just going to kind of go in here, define this a little bit. And then at the very end, you could just do this little blend stroke just with the very precise edges of the Geeklet, just to kind of blend that out. And every time it's in your hand or taken out, storage, you keep hitting the Geeklet on the table because the reed will keep moving. So you can do this throughout the life of the reed, and the reed will just get more consistent, more stable, and better.
Is there any danger of like doing too much on the table?
No, actually not, because the table, the reed wants to be flat, and the more the reed stays stable, the more energy is going into the mouthpiece, into the reed, blowing against the core of the reed.
Yeah, because for me, I use it every time I take the same reed out. I will hit it with the Geeklet. Sometimes I'll forget. If you're in a rush, you just throw it on there and you're like, oh wait, something's not right. And you just know it right away because you get used to the difference of having that freshly flattened table on the reed. It's not the same.
The cane that's on the outer side, so the bottom of the reed, is some of the softer cane. As you get into the heart, into the top of the bark of the reed, the epidermis, that's the denser cane. So the more we remove the pithier or softer cane and get into the harder cane, actually the more stable, and the reed can actually feel even harder and more responsive.
And is that the same on the other side of the reed too?
Exactly.
So by like when you're doing your blending stroke and you're just kind of getting off that first layer of the very soft cane, then we're getting into like the core of the reed, and it doesn't have like this outer sort of fuzziness.
That's kind of impeding the vibration of it.
And the clarity.
100%.
Wow. I mean, it's so much better. See, now this is playing effortlessly. Like I can put half the amount of air through it and I'm still getting a really strong sound.
If not more sound.
Okay. I mean, already I just want to play on this reed.
Right.
That reed started out good. So you might be like, I need help with the reeds in the box that are, otherwise I'll just throw them away.
Right.
Can we like salvage those reeds?
Absolutely. Sometimes those reeds that are really stuffy, either they're really dense and heavy with the cane, but sometimes we're just not getting any tip vibration happening.
Right.
And that's that feeling you're blowing kind of into a wall. Often, some of the jazz players want that core of the heart and everything that are put in the reeds, but they love that big fat sound. So the more we get in here, as we showed, and we just get it flexible, we're really now getting the reed to be more focused and responsive. If you feel like it's still stuffy and it's just not blowing, then we need to get a little bit more tip vibration. And how that happens is the third move, just with the very precise edges of the geeklet. We're just going straight over here. Now, I would do this on your plaque or on your hand. I know we're showing it on the mouthpiece. I've been doing this a while, so I'm just very lightly just getting the spine to come back a little bit, just to get a little bit more tip vibration.
Okay, so the adjustment you just did, what should we be looking for as a difference now?
We should see that same sort of core and response. We should see a little bit more of this fatter, as we say, that jazzier sound, rather than that little more covered classical sound.
Okay. Woo! Wow, it's really buzzy.
Yes.
It's really buzzy, but in a good way. Like, really, like the first note. Like this crazy response, edgier, like this, like I play one note, but that's like when you get the reed like that, it's like I want this reed like forever, like don't change.
Yeah, that's it.
You know? I mean,
yeah, I'm happy there.
I mean, yeah.
What you've talked about in past videos, taking that time to kind of tailor that reed to your system.
It's like the book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. I've read the book. I believe it's number 7 is sharpen your saw. Instead of sawing the tree with a dull blade and it just takes, and it's frustrating and you hurt yourself and it takes hours, you take the 10 minutes to sharpen the saw and then you slice right through that tree or whatever you're cutting.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy that a saxophone player will sit there and suffer and punish ourselves with a reed that could play so much better if we just took a minute, 2 minutes to do a couple quick adjustments. And the learning that, I mean, just watching this video, you can, and then practicing a little bit, you can learn. And everybody's got tons of old things they can practice on with
100%.
Nothing to lose. That's how I learned. And then you quickly develop confidence. And just by using it on every reed over a period of, a couple of weeks, you can become pretty proficient. And what you did on the, it's not magic. I mean, it feels like magic. But anybody can do that.
Can do that. And the whole hallmark, what I wanted to bring into the market, what we did is a tool that is so precise that will make those adjustments for you. So there's no guesswork. So the tool will do the work for you. And because of the precision, it's going to accurately achieve what we just did very easily.
And go ahead and watch this video next for 14 amazing reed tips you're going to love.